All right, we're back from Pedal to the Metal, and we are here today with a very special Saturday afternoon show because across the pond, we brought in a visitor to be a part of our Pedal to the Metal podcast today, and we're very excited to introduce him to you in just a moment. Before we get to that, I want to introduce the two co-hosts of Pedal to the Metal. That would be Mr. Animal Mother, otherwise known as John. What's going on, John?
I hate everything. You guys woke me up
Oh, nice.
to do this podcast.
It's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, I got up and I ran my errands this morning. I'm doing well. I bought a new webcam because our videos, we had this webcam. I now, for our next set of videos, I have to put sorry, there was a technical issue in our little webcam box.
That's a little embarrassing.
Oh my god! But we have a really great video coming. I might have pooped my pants playing it.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. And we're also here with our other co-host of Pedal to the Metal, the one, the only, the hashtag legendary Heil68. What's up, Heil?
Not much. About you?
Nothing, man. Just chilling. The boys had a swim meet today. Went out, rocked that a little while, and just got back. And I'm hoping to beat Fallout today. That's my goal.
Oh, look at
I
you!
got to beat not Resident Evil. I got to beat Tomb Raider yet. I've been
Yeah.
slacking.
Yeah, I know. The week set in and got busy, and then it's like games are like they move down the totem pole. It's not like when I was like a 13-year-old kid and video games are always on the top of the totem pole. Now they're, down in the middle towards the end during the midweek. So
Or lived at home in your parents' basement. Yeah, it's nothing like that.
You want me to show you the race? Well, we're not on
No,
video.
no,
The race car. You want me to show James where you slept, Jeff?
No, but I do want to introduce Jay. Yeah, no. I do want to take a moment and introduce our special guest today. This is a big deal for us, and as our listeners know, that we normally cater to gamers all over. We've spoken with many people across the globe on Pedal to the Metal and like-minded gamers, but today we've got a special guest. ThatVideoGames Show is an awesome channel on YouTube. It's been up. I think we're going to have James fill in a lot of the gaps here with some info, but this is the creator, the host of, and the star of it's That Video Games Show on YouTube. What's up, James?
You're too kind, Jeff. You're too kind. No, yeah. Thanks for having me on your show, man. I mean, when you reached out to me, I just can't believe people actually want to speak to me.
Well, you're pretty low on the. Well, I don't want to say that you're low on the totem pole, but
no, I'm really low. Let's not lie.
You're speaking to some low life. Well, we're not low lifes. What am I trying to say? Forget it.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna have John just stop because he's calling me a lowlife now. But no, we're really happy to have you on. We've had a chance over the past couple weeks to converse and chat about games, and I actually stumbled across That Video Games Show via Reddit, and I went in. I was looking at different YouTubers and things that people were doing, and really kind of comparing and contrasting what we do compared to what other people do. And James' videos caught my eye. Super awesome guy, and so I reached out to him, and I don't know how reluctant he was, but he was pretty cool about saying yes, and so yeah, man, we're really happy to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so let's get right into it. I want you to first tell us about That Video Games Show, because now doing a YouTube channel is not like an everyday thing for people. Like it's usually a passion or a labor of love, and so bring us back to the beginning. Tell us when you started, and tell us what the mission is.
Oh man, well, it's a bit of a long story, really. I started in 2013. I did a few videos, and my first ever video was a playthrough of Shenmue. It was like playing on the null DC emulator. Those videos have been since taken down because literally, what was that? I think I received a copyright strike. And
we just received one of those.
I know, yeah. And at the time, I didn't know what to do, so I just basically deleted everything and just left it, sort of thing. Literally, I kind of just started it back up a few months ago, actually, a couple of months ago. So yeah, that's That Video Game Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, as far as like what you're going for, I mean, is it
Yeah.
more of like a passion just to kind of? Are you one of those gamers that's just got a lot stewing around in your brain and you use YouTube to get it out, or are you going
Yeah.
for a particular audience? I mean, what are you? What's your id in all this?
I mean, ever since a young age, I've been invested in video games, and I've just been really passionate about it from a young age. And YouTube really just gives me a medium to express myself and express my views on specific games or systems. And yeah, it's going really well at the moment. So I hope it keeps going.
Yeah, I noticed. I think in the past week, I think your subs have gone up almost 100, and that's.
I know, yeah. I couldn't believe it. I mean, because do you guys know Shenmue?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I do that with my brother. In Search of Landy, it's like a podcast on the show, and we reached out to Corey Marshall, the voice actor for Ryo Hazuki.
Holy shit!
And, he said yes, and we couldn't believe it. And ever since then, it's just going up and up. It's awesome.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, that was a really good experience to speak with Corey Marshall. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Very, very cool. So then, given that you have clearly Shenmue is a type of game that you obviously love, and so then you reached out to, as a fan, to somebody that you could chat with about that game. Do you go through a process of selecting what type of content you want to put out, or is it solely just like you wake up and go, "Damn, I want to make a Shenmue video"? So
no, I call it the magic list. I've got a magic list of all the episodes that I want to do. I mean, currently with the In Search of Landy, we want to get all of the prominent Shenmue figures in the community onto the show. So that's like James Reiner, Adam Koralik, Happy Console Gamer, if you've heard of that guy. Just a few guys which are bigger in the Shenmue community, just to carry that series on. But yeah, as for doing videos, I just look at the list and see which one I feel like doing on the day.
Tell me. Oh, sorry. So 2 questions. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
Guess.
I want to say 27.
I'm gonna say younger.
Yes.
Younger.
27.
Wow.
Oh wow,
right
sweet.
Because John's never been right about anything.
Never, ever. And please tell me you have a horror top 5, because I would love to see your horror top 5 games.
Games? Oh, horror games.
Yeah, like top 5, like how you have the must-haves series.
I tell you what, I could tell you now, or you could wait for a video.
I'd rather wait for it.
Okay. I'll add that to the list. I'll add it to the list.
Well, you got John on the magic list?
I've never. I live in New York. I'm only thrown out of clubs and onto the dirty streets.
That's why he's doing pedal to the metal.
That's how I got caught up with you guys.
So James, in your one of your most recent videos, turn of the year, I think you did you took stock of all your your December take on what you got for Christmas and New Year's, and one of the games I noticed that you got, you and I have already kind of rapped a little bit about it, but you got the PS1 version of Resident Evil 3.
So good.
And that begs the question: are you more of a retro gamer or are you more of a modern gamer? In your heart of hearts, I know you'll make videos probably about anything. But what do you consider yourself?
Retro gamer, man, straight up. You know, I mean, back in the day growing up, I mean, it's just linked to so many feelings, like, if that makes sense. I mean, you know, it reminds me of certain times in my life, and stuff like that, and just retro gaming, man, straight up. It was a lot easier as well. All you had to do was put something in and turn it on. These days, it's just updates, and yep. I do prefer retro gaming. Yeah.
James is like the UK version of me.
I got hair though.
Yeah, that's but no, yeah, I mean that's something we discussed quite a bit, is that the effect of indie games bringing back a lot of and revitalizing a lot of old genres, 2D platformers, and you take a game like Shovel Knight, which scratches just about every itch from my childhood that can possibly be scratched. Is there a game in recent years that has jumped out at you as being like a return to form for retro gaming?
It'd have to be Shovel Knight, man. It would have to be Shovel Knight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you play Plague Knight?
Sorry?
Did you play Plague Knight yet?
Plague Knight? No, what's that? It's a sequel or something, is it?
Well, yeah, what they did, Yacht Club Games made basically a full fleshed out parallel story where Plague Knight is actually the star of the show. And
nice.
The events are happening simultaneously. It's a parallel with what Shovel Knight is doing. So they kind of worked in the mythos of what Shovel Knight was doing with what Plague Knight is doing, and I believe it's a free download if you own Shovel Knight. So
yeah.
if you get a chance,
I'll have to check that out. Yeah. Thanks for the tip. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely. So game of the year. Moving along, we just got done with 2015. Did you do? I haven't checked to see if you did a Game of the Year show, but if you didn't, what was on your list?
Oh, that's a tough one. It was going to be Metal Gear Solid 5, but then I completed it, and yeah, what a clusterfuck that was.
You know,
I would say Life is Strange. That's probably my game of the year.
I put that on the list, and they all made fun of me.
Well, we didn't make
I
fun
think
of.
it's an awesome game.
Yeah, we
Really
made
awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Actually, none of us actually played it, other than John. Now John is our resident played everything. Like every Tuesday, John loses about $400.
I don't lose $400. Jesus Christ! So that's why I live in a basement in New York. Is because it just all goes to video games.
And sleeps in a race car bed.
I don't sleep in a race car bed.
I have got to say that porter is amazing. That's really nice. That's a great game. That's a great game.
Hold on, look at that. If you want to talk about retro games, look at this Final Fantasy VIII one.
Oh, nice. Where'd you get those from? They're lovely.
There's a sweet website that I'm going to plug right now. This podcast brought to you by Society 6. And Jeff actually got that for my birthday.
Yeah, I did. I sent it to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
John always ends up sending me some fantastic present every year for my birthday out of nowhere, and I'm like, okay. And
is that an Assassin's Creed poster I can see in the background there?
No, that's a Metal Gear Solid one.
Oh, he's talking about me.
Oh, Jeff.
No, I live in New England, James, and I know that's a sensitive subject every time we talk to a Brit. but no, mine is. It's just the live free or die with the severed snake. Yeah, yeah. Join or die. Join or die. So no, I'm in Massachusetts. So yeah. So very cool. So the game of the year was Life is Strange.
So good.
And Metal Gear Solid lost it. I'm gonna guess because of so you must have been into the story then, because if it fell flat.
I've been following that game ever since the NES. I mean, that game is just the whole series is amazing, and what they did with number 5. It just felt like they just took a massive shit on me, like
What happened? I hate to interrupt, but James, I watched a lot of your videos, and I concur with a lot of your viewpoints. Like, I'm very excited for Resident Evil 0. Resident Evil 0 HD. I wish they would have added co-op, but I guess that would have been too much. But when I saw your top 5 games, one of your top 5 games, or what is it, most series, I'm going to call it, and I saw you talk about the Phantom Pain, you spoke to me on you sang my song, that it's such a great open world game, and it's such a great stealth game, but as far as a Metal Gear game, they just take a huge shit all over you.
Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, I prefer Metal Gear Solid 4 to number 5, and that's because number 4, you know how that panned out, but yeah, it didn't feel like a Metal Gear game to me. But as you said, gameplay-wise, beautiful, awesome game.
Yeah, felt more like a Splinter Cell game to me than anything.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess Splinter Cell's never been that ambitious to go open.
I got one of those, man. Yeah, awesome.
Nice. So best game, Metal Gear game in the series. Then I'm gonna guess you're gonna say Metal Gear 3.
No, number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, solid 2. All right, with Raiden.
Number 2. Yeah, Raiden. I thought number 2 was the best. The story, and looking back, like, don't get me wrong. At the time when it came out in 2001, I was looking forward to another adventure with Solid Snake, and Raiden did piss me off, but looking back in hindsight now, like, the story and how forward thinking it was when you think about it. I mean, some of the stuff that Kojima was talking about in that game at the time, about like social media and stuff like that. It's just such a great game. What do they call it? Postmodern, whatever, or something like that. Yeah. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah, that's the one. Way ahead of its time. That's the one.
Yep. So, other big games of 2015 that resonated with you. Where are you at? Right? Wait, go ahead, Hyle.
No, I said I still think when was the first first Metal Gear Solid on PC?
No, it was on PS1.
No, there is actually also a PC copy of Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah, there is, definitely, It came from.
Don't anybody remember, like, the first, like, that was before the internet, and I got to the Psycho Mantis fight. I was like, what the fuck? How the fuck am I supposed to beat him? And then someone told me switch the controller port. I was like, what the fuck?
And you're like, what?
And then
that was so beyond, like, mind bending at the time that it was like.
I think I think one of the
And I
best
think
things as well is when you need to get the codec frequency for Meryl,
Yes. Yeah.
and it's on the back of the game. And
Yeah.
it took me ages to figure that out.
Because
I
isn't
think
there like a
it's-
dialogue? There's like a dialogue in that where they say it's on the back of the box, and you're like looking
Yeah.
through your inventory, like what fucking box?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Anyway,
That's always going to stick with me as far as 1 or 3. But anyway, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, you know, where does 2016 bring you? Like, as far as I know, we were kind of rapping about games that resonated with you in 2015. Anything else? Are you a big Witcher fan?
I've yet to play The Witcher.
Me too.
I haven't played it. Yeah, I haven't played it.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I haven't played it yet either.
I dabbled in number 2, but I've yet to play number 3.
Yeah.
I feel
Have you
like that's what everyone's done. I feel like everyone's dabbled in The Witcher 2.
Yeah. That game was received so well too, but for some reason playing it, it just like it fell flat for me. I couldn't get into it. But indie game of the year.
Oh, of the year. Oh my god.
We ask you the tough questions here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I don't know. I don't know, boys. You got me stumped. I could say one indie game which I think is cool, and that's Proteus. I know it didn't come out this year, but that's probably one of the best indie games I've been playing at the moment.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
That's cool.
All right. Most what is that video games show's host James most go-to console? What are you finding yourself picking up most often to play?
You're gonna piss the fanboys off. No. It would have to be the 3DS. It would have to be. I always go back to Nintendo, man. I don't know what it is. It's between the 3DS and the Dreamcast at the moment, I'd say.
So with Nintendo then, with this NX right around the corner, what are you hoping? What do you hope? I mean, we're not going to beat around the bush and say that Nintendo is just on the top of the mountain, because they've taken quite a few hits over the past couple years.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So what are you hoping for the NX? Are you hoping for a return to form in what way?
They need to make something relevant. I mean, don't get me wrong, from a business perspective, it does make sense to make a console which isn't as powerful as the as the PS4 and Xbox One. But I really, I think Nintendo need to, up their game and get back into making actual good hardware, because back when the GameCube came out, I'd say that was Nintendo's last push for power, if that makes sense. Because, the GameCube was more powerful than the PS2. It wasn't as powerful as the original Xbox, but it was obviously more powerful than the PS2. But yeah, they need to just get back into that mindset instead of just trying to find new ways for us to play, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because, we've had the Wii remote and now the tablet. Don't get me wrong, the Wii-u is amazing. I do like the tablet. I think it's a really great, a great controller, but it puts off a lot of people. And obviously you want your product to appeal to the most amount of people, so yeah, hopefully they just bring it, scale down the whole innovation thing. Yeah, and just get back to making games.
Have you had a chance to see any of the patents that Nintendo has filed for the NX?
I have, yeah. It's to do with that cloud processing thing or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
or something like that.
It looks like what they're trying to do is marry the 3DS type handheld with the more traditional hardware console, and then it looks like there's going to be, and obviously none of this is confirmed, it's all speculation, but from the patents, it looks like there's going to be an SD slot on the controller. It looks like there's going to be some off-board processing through the controller, and it looks like the whole front screen of the controller.
It's like a touch screen, isn't it?
Yeah, and it extends from the far left to the far right. I mean, you being a 3DS guy and being a retro gamer, imagine a world in 2 years where you have your Wii shop, or I'm sorry, whatever it's called. Is it called the Wii Virtual Store?
Virtual.
Yeah. You got your virtual store on a handheld, a pretty powerful handheld where you can play all your old retro Nintendo games and then swap it back and forth via remote play, or even just taking the card out, plugging it in, and turn it back into a controller. I mean, is that something that appeals to you?
It kind of does, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the Wii-u on steroids when you think about it, with the remote play and stuff like that. But I just don't like the idea of a touchscreen only controller. I think that is the worst thing they could do, and I don't think they would. I really can't see them doing a touchscreen controller, because again, it would just, most hardcore gamers, we like physical buttons, don't we? Absolutely. And it would just turn a lot of people off. Yeah, but I am looking forward to it. And hopefully that Zelda game comes out for it now. That'd be great. Because they've delayed that.
We Americans like our proper buttons, that's for sure, don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. So, Xbox versus PlayStation.
Oh God.
What was it? Let's take Nintendo and Dreamcast and 3DS
God.
out of it.
Dude, what are you doing to me?
You know what's funny is that we started the origins of our podcast started on a forum via the GameSpot System Wars channel, and their forum. So we actually get to cater to several dozen or more gamers that are constantly posting on the opinionated System Wars forums, and while we do our own thing now, we definitely have that in our blood, so we have to ask those little uncomfortable questions. So you're on a deserted island, and you can take either a PlayStation or an Xbox. What do you take?
Oh my God, man. Well, which one? Does it have to be a specific one, or
Let's just say modern gen.
modern gen? Oh, PS4. No chance. Straight up. Yeah, PS4.
Yeah.
Only because of only because of Shenmue 3. Only because of Shenmue 3.
Now that Shenmue is in development, Kickstarter. Has it left the Kickstarter phase yet? Or they raised gobbles of money?
Yeah, I think it's reached nearly 7 million now. Because they finished the Kickstarter and then they opened up PayPal then, because obviously a lot of people didn't feel comfortable, because I think on Kickstarter you can only do credit card or something, or debit card, something like that. But yeah, they opened up PayPal and that's boosted it up. But yeah, I'm so glad that game's coming. So glad.
Is James a contributor?
Yeah, of course, man.
Love it. He puts his money where his mouth is. I love it.
Yeah, man. My name is going to be in the credits. It's going to be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
So what, other than your name in the credits, what are you hoping for from Shenmue 3?
That they finish the story, right?
Yeah. For it not to finish in a cave again. For it to not finish on a cliffhanger. That's all I want for it.
How long's it been? Has it been almost 20 years?
14 years, man.
Oh,
14 years.
Jesus.
Long, painful years.
Kyle was 52 14 years ago.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
I never played. I never had the Dreamcast, so I never even played the original. So.
Oh, dude, you're missing out, man. You need to get on it. Okay.
All right, so let's move into 2016, and I'm going to open this up to all the guys now. I want to start talking about where we are, and I know John put together a list of some games. I'm going to turn it over to him a little bit.
Oh, I totally don't have that list.
Oh, okay, so we're totally prepared. But,
no, yeah, we're always it's up here.
Yeah, fly by the seat of our pants. What is the hot game? What is the de facto game that you're looking for? We'll start with James, then we'll move over to Heil and to John. What is the game that you are most excited for 2016, and why?
The Last Guardian.
Wow, you think it's going to happen?
I hate to say this. I hate to interrupt, but you put yourself through some shit. You're waiting for Shenmue 3. You're waiting for The Last Guardian. Jesus Christ.
Hey, good things come to those who wait.
Exactly.
Except for Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
But I think they'll pull through with The Last Guardian.
Definitely. I mean, what they showed off, was it at E3 this year? Yeah, it was. They opened up with it at E3, didn't they? It's amazing.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Shadow of the Colossus, and Ico has got that same feeling.
Yep. I'm excited for that game too, because I think the premise looks great, and Team Ico is I mean, they make some truly like deep-seated games. They get right to the core, but the thing that worries me is that I feel like everything they show is from that same locale and that same kind of.
Why spoil it though?
Well, maybe that's just it, or maybe it's not as fleshed out as we hope it is.
What do you mean in regards to the PS4 version of The Last Guardian?
Yeah, I think that
they keep showing the one scene where the big animal is following the boy and he falls off the cliff, and it all looks very familiar in all those trailers.
Right.
I mean, the way I see it is obviously the PS3 was completely different architecture, with the cell processor and stuff like that. I see them as they've had to do everything again from the ground up.
Probably.
And this is maybe all they do have. And we are probably going to be having another delay. But yeah, I do see what you're saying, though. It does look strangely familiar. I do understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm trying to suggest that it's not going to be, a mind-blowing game. I think it absolutely has I think people's, resonating with it, and the fact that people still have, like, one of our friends, Bob, still has a pre-order on the game, and he won't cash in. I mean, the game, obviously, what they show resonates with people. From a personal standpoint, it's kind of like, I want to see
Dragon
more.
Age,
Dragon
Age 2, where they recycle the same areas over and over.
Yeah, or not even maybe from that, but just, is there actually more? We're talking about a game that's been in development limbo for such a long time, and I looked at Sony's press conference at E3 last year saying this, they've got some really exciting bombs to drop on us here, and they're showing it, but how far along are we really? Are we far along like, the Uncharted game that's coming out in a couple months, or are we far along like a Gran Turismo game where you go, yeah, we know you guys will get it out. you know it'll take a decade. We'll see it in a decade, or so.
I don't know. That's the thing Miyamoto said, though. He said that a bad game is a bad game is forever. A delayed game is just a wait. And I think that's one of those things that I think sometimes you have to let game developers just take their time, despite the fact that it's infuriating. You know what I mean? But you just gotta let them. You gotta let them take the helm, because I don't think anybody sets out to make a bad game, and I think delays only serve to help them sometimes. So shut up, Jeff.
Shut up. That's what we've decided. That's what the three of you have decided.
Shut up.
Gotcha. John, what are you waiting for? 2016.
Man, there are a lot of games coming out in 2016. This is gonna sound amazing, because it is. Gravity Rush 2 on PS4.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and Gravity Rush Remastered on PS4. Like, those were some... Jeff, did you play Gravity Rush, James?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff, did you play it?
I played the first 5 hours of Gravity Rush on my Vita, and I got sidetracked. But it's one of those games that's sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to get back to it.
It's such a gem, and I think it was such an underappreciated Vita game that I think... I'm glad it got the attention it deserved, and I'm glad it's getting the sequel it deserves. Because it was originally a PS3 game, and then they scaled it down to the Vita.
It is nice. It is nice when you see a game that doesn't... And I don't know how well Gravity Rush sold, but I'm pretty sure it didn't light the world on fire.
No, they give it away for free now in the store in perpetuity.
Okay, but it is nice when you see publishers and developers get a second chance on a the same. I guess you could say the same thing about a game like Mirror's Edge, where it's a new IP. It definitely deserves from the content that it brought forward. It deserves another round in that world. But a lot of games just get left by the wayside. But it's nice to see Gravity Rush 2 and games like Mirror's Edge 2 get a shot.
It's the year of twos for me. Like, I'm excited for Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I'm excited for like I said, Gravity Rush 2, and the third. I'm excited for 2 more games: Dark Souls 3 and Quantum Break, because Remedy has never made a bad game ever.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Sam Lake, if you're listening, I love you.
Oh my god! Thanks for being on, James. John just really wanted to gush over Sam Lake.
Yeah, that's what we came to.
Hyle, what are you looking forward to?
Uncharted 4, man.
Yeah, that's
open world game. That's my series. I don't care what people say. I mean, I love Tomb Raider for the same reason. Open world, pseudo open world, action adventure, story, characters, music, everything I love about games. And then Mass Effect, the new Mass Effect game.
Andromeda.
I keep saying Armageddon. I know that's not it. Andromeda. So those 2 for sure. That's the ones I'm. Everything else is gravy. It really is.
Yeah, I think this is the year that the next gen consoles are really gonna finally take hold in all their new games. I mean, instead of the rehashes and the remasters, I think we're gonna see some truly unique stuff this year.
I think Recore looks amazing too.
Recore looks good.
Looks really good.
James, I love your most anticipated games of 2016 list, because you have a little bit of old and you have a little bit of new. Once I saw that you were excited for Resident Evil 0 HD, I was like, I can't wait to talk to him. I was like, I can't wait. And No Man's Sky, we're all very excited here for No Man's Sky on Pedal to the Metal. I mean, all right, so let me ask you that then. What's your anticipation for No Man's Sky? Because that's a game that they've just kind of shown people floating around in space and going around on planets.
Looking at dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's my worry about it. I mean, the premise, it looks amazing, don't get me wrong, but we still don't actually know what we're going to be doing,
What's the point?
I mean, it's like, is there going to be a specific goal to the game, or is it just going to be, right, you can go anywhere and do what you want,
Tech debt.
And Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about with that game. But it looks great anyway. So I think they're holding it back for the PlayStation VR thing anyway. I can see that happening. I see them trying to push that with VR. So that'd be cool.
Speaking of VR, do you see yourself investing in that?
The Oculus Rift, no.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
$600.
that blew up. Well, 600,
Yeah.
whatever you call it in England, squids.
Oh, it'd probably be about 700, 800 pounds.
Oh my god, that would probably be $1,300 here.
I was gonna say $1,000 at least.
Oh,
Sad,
yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, it's bad that his money's worth more than ours.
It's good that the country he's from is in a great financial state.
Yeah.
And then welcome to America, where everything's just crumbling all around us.
Yeah. James is like, yeah, actually, they're gonna issue it in our Sunday mail.
Yeah.
It's ready to go day one.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's cool. For me, I don't know, John. Just jumping on yours, I don't want to sound like the guy that.
Here we go.
Because of the way I'm gonna look.
Here we go.
But I gotta tell you that was it the CES PlayStation show where they demoed it and the guy had the big goggles on and he had the two move dildos around, and I'm just like, if there is anything I do not want to look like when I am video gaming, it is this. Even if the experience is crazy, I just don't know if I can bring myself.
Well, that's one of the problems when we went to our first Comic-Con that we experienced, is that the Oculus had a stinky thing. No, because everyone's trying it on, and if you think about it, I mean, like, listen, we cater to people who love video games and stuff, but seriously, guys, take a fucking shower. We went to Comic-Con, and they had the Oculus Rift. They had a couple of them set out, and it was cool. You sat in a car, and you looked around, but the faceplate of the Oculus Rift smelled like BO and virus. Because
like that's what nerds smell.
That's what nerds smell like. Like, shower, guys. It's okay. Like, the water. You're not the Wicked Witch of the West. You'll live.
But let's talk about the viability of VR since you brought it up. Like, when you think about it, we just came off of a generation where the big thing was motion controls, and Nintendo captured that audience. They brought new gamers into the fold. To their credit, everybody from ages 6 up to 65 got brought into the video game realm because of Wii Sports and a few other games that Nintendo was able to do. Microsoft comes along and tries to capitalize and is moderately successful with the Kinect. Sony maybe not so successful with the Move, but still had a presence. But what we learned from that generation is that style of gaming didn't have legs in the traditional sense. What do you think the first year or two of development of these games is going to be to justify that $600 purchase? I mean, is it going to be there?
I don't think so. I mean, they're charging so much for it. It's just not going to get up there. You know what I mean? I mean, if I remember rightly, they said that they were aiming for it to be around $300, $400.
Yeah.
And I know, yeah, and that was like 2 months ago or something. And now, why is it $600? I mean, why does it come with an Xbox controller as well? I mean, it's like, what? I just don't get it.
You know what the games are going to be called? Just wait until it's $300.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as Facebook got their...
Everyone flipped it.
Yeah, as soon as Facebook got their hands on Oculus, I knew something bad was going to happen. And here it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep, fair enough. Heil, you excited for VR? You going to be doing down in the Heil layer, down in the old basement playing games?
I didn't like Rift either at Comic-Con. I didn't even like minus the smell. I didn't even like the tech. I can't imagine wearing a headset for any type of goggles for any amount of time. Not even for people making fun of me, just for comfort.
Yeah.
And the price. I mean, I could afford it if I wanted it, but I don't want it or Sony's. I don't want it any of it at all, ever.
You know who brought one over, Jeff? Sal.
Whoa, Sal has an Oculus Rift.
His boss has an Oculus Rift, and his boss let him borrow the Oculus Rift, and he brought it over, and it was so fucking hard to hook up. Like, I wish it was just plug and play. Like, when you get a wireless keyboard or whatever, and you just plug it in, it's like downloading software. And then you just start up the game, and it's like, oh, do you want to play this in VR if it has VR support? We took fucking 6 hours to try and get it to work, and we couldn't figure it out. In
fairness, weren't you using a beta unit? I mean, it won't.
It was a dev kit, yeah. It was the dev kit too, though, and we still couldn't figure it out. It was like Sal was too busy eating pizza because he's
it's probably Sal's fault. Though.
Yeah, he was too busy talking to girls at video game stores.
Yeah, how come this isn't plugging into the pepperoni? Yeah. That sounds like Sal.
No, we have a friend like that who's like, well, let me tell you something. This Oculus Rift, I got it from my boss. My boss told me I can hold on to it as long as I want.
He's very New York.
Yes.
Very cool. So I have one more question I want to go around with, and then I'm going to open it up to anybody else. What is the guaranteed delayed game of two? What is the most disappointing delayed game that you think will absolutely be delayed in 2016? James.
The Last Guardian. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I hope Zelda doesn't get that.
Oh God.
I can't help but to feel like Zelda's going to be it's going to be what it was with the Wii and the GameCube. It's going to be a simultaneous release, or there's going to be a staggering of a few months, or All right, John.
I don't know. I really, I'm at that point. Like, the only thing that would really devastate me if it was delayed would be Hitman again, because Hitman was supposed to come out in December and they delayed it to March. I mean, granted, it's almost March already.
So impatient.
What?
So impatient.
What do you mean I'm impatient? The last time we got a Hitman game was 2013, and Hitman Absolution was great, minus all that stupid score shit. The new Hitman game looks great. Like, I like the concept of like them putting in new areas and making like kind of like this pseudo open world where you can go find targets, and they would put assassination challenges in. Like, it sounds like the Hitman game that they've always wanted to make, but were limited to by technology. And now they're like, no, it made me sad. It made me sad. It made me really sad. I love you. I love you, Hitman.
That's thank you.
You're in, man, Jack.
Agent 47.
I actually have a black suit. I got this really nice. Spent a lot of money on this nice suit. I get the thin red tie. So whenever I go anywhere for business, people are like, "Hey, it's Agent 47." So, whatever, I'll take it. I just don't have the barcode in the back of my neck.
I was going to mention that. Yeah.
That's the only thing. Kyle, what's going to be delayed in 2016?
2 games would kill me. One would be Quantum Break.
Ugh.
Because they've shown, yes, they do produce high quality games, but they also show that they're not afraid if they need to work on it, they'll delay it, not because they are unorganized or anything bad. They just feel that they want to have more polish, which is fine. But that's been was that on the launch E3? Was that shown? John?
I think so. Quantum Break was shown with the announcement of the Xbox, wasn't it?
And then another one for the PS side, which everyone keeps forgetting about, is Rhyme. I want that game so bad.
What is Rhyme?
Rhyme is like it's like a 2D. It's very lucid, almost like a Team Ico game, isn't it? It's got that same type of color palette and muted color.
Yeah. I think I know what
And it looks so beautiful and so much fun, and we've literally been waiting for it for 3 years, and it keeps getting. I mean, there's really no word out there. I don't think it gets delayed. I think it's just there's not. I don't know. They're just taking their time, or that was the initial like maybe concept art that they shown. But here's the trailer. I'll post that. But so yes, PS4 game could. I would be more devastated if that got pushed than No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky I won't play, but here's the for that. But
cautiously optimistic on No Man's Sky is Heil. For me, it's going to be. I'm almost willing to make another bet with John. A couple years ago, was it last year?
It was 2 years ago.
Far Cry 4. Mm-hmm. I said Far Cry 4 would not launch in the same month as Assassin's Creed, and we bet.
Lo and behold, this time I'm going to bet you your house.
And I was wrong. I was like, there's no way it's going to happen. But I am absolutely willing to make a bet that Mass Effect Andromeda is no way, in any way, shape, or form going to see 2016. And the reason is...
I agree with that.
We have absolutely no idea what this game is. They have shown us...
Nothing.
I believe that they will show us at E3 this year what the game is, how it works, or...
They give them 5 months to ramp it up. They did it for Fallout.
Yeah, you know what? Fallout did set a precedent when God Howard came out.
And actually, there's even more precedent because nobody knew Fallout was even in
development. Yeah.
They knew they were working.
There was no trailers, there was no teasers, there was no nothing. Just like it's coming out in 5 months.
Yep. Can I ask everyone a question real quick? Sorry to interrupt, Jeff. That Fallout. That's the way games should be announced. They should be announced. They should be announced right, James? Perfect. They should be announced 4 months before their release, and that's it.
definitely.
It's like
I couldn't agree.
Yeah, but not very many people have
because they're stupid.
their advertising budget though either, because they push the fuck out of that game.
Yeah, and they want to make to their investors of their companies. They want to make sure that games are set up to make investors
Prime
happy,
time.
so that people know what's coming down the chute who are buying stock and investing in these companies. But a big company like EA. I see a game like Mass Effect as you know how excited I am for that game, but I just look and I say, all we've seen so far is some concept demos. We've seen some locations. We know that the protagonists are going to be human. We know that the Mako is going to make a return. You can almost kind of feel what the game is going to be like. It's going to be like a space western almost. But I just don't, with the lack of showing anything and the amount of time that BioWare took to field feedback from the community about where we wanted this next trilogy of Mass Effect games to go, I just don't see this game making it before the holidays of 2016. I think we're looking at an early 2017 release.
Shut your whore mouth.
I'm sorry, man.
Jesus.
Hey, man.
I was about to say the same thing, Kyle. I was about to say the same thing. The boner for Mass Effect just has to. I thought you were wearing your N7 hoodie.
Me? No, I'm wearing.
I am.
I'm wearing the swim team coat today.
Oh, Coach Jeff.
It's my name.
That's your name.
Yeah, I do coach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no.
Nice.
I was in the Olympics back in Barcelona.
How do you coach swimming anyway? Faster, move your arms. What are you doing?
No, I jump in off the side and elbow drop their back.
Oh my.
I said faster.
So is this the?
I had a question for our pod. It's weather related. So
wow,
we have shitty weather here, and those two guys that you're looking at have shitty weather. So do I in the Midwest. Since you're off the Atlantic, do you guys? I'm not going to do the calculation, but do you guys get the bitter wind chill and shitty snow like we have right now?
We just got fucking rain, man. It just never stops. Never.
You don't get like freezing rain or snow or like bitter wind chill?
Oh, we'd love to have snow, but we just got rain.
If you're right off the Atlantic, you think they would?
Well,
that's where the storms would.
They say it's because you guys are under the jet stream, right? Like the Atlantic jet stream. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah. James is too busy playing Shenmue. He has no idea.
Of course, yeah. No, Wales is just synonymous with rain.
It's just shitty cold here, though. Just telling you what.
You know what? I went to London in July, and it was still gray outside. Like there's just something you can go shoot any depressing movie in England, and the gray filter. England just has a gray filter on it.
Did you play Assassin's Creed Syndicate?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. Yeah, Syndicate was a lot better than Unity.
Thank you. I've been trying to convince Jeff. Syndicate is so good.
Minus 10 here.
I prefer Arno to Jacob though, and I think Evie should have had more time on screen. Compared to Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I prefer the characters where they're more reserved. I mean, my favorite character in Assassin's Creed is Altair. I think he's amazing. I think number 1 is the best game in the series.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really liked 1. I'm not with the internet on the hate for 1. I thought 1 was like the 9 out of 10 game that a lot of publications get. I wasn't with the 6 out of 10s and the 7 out of 10s. I thought it was a stellar game. I think the Ezio trilogy, Revelations wasn't as good, but 2 and Brotherhood for me were 2 of the best games all of last generation.
Should we add? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, you first. You're the guest.
I was going to say the only thing, obviously, which I don't agree with in the first Assassin's Creed game is, it is obviously repetitive and stuff like that. But the thing that makes it the best to me is the atmosphere. They absolutely nailed it.
Yep.
Yep. And in number 2, it just started to become a bit cheesy, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But in number 1,
Unity?
awesome.
It's like you're in your backyard.
What?
No,
you're way off, man.
Yeah, you gotta swim. You gotta swim the English Channel.
It's like a 2-hour walk, man. Come on.
There is a train that goes under the water.
The Eurotunnel.
Like 1,000 miles away from those two guys you're looking at.
James, I have a question. Why do most of the I visited. I did like a 2-week tour backpacking through Europe, and I started in England or the UK. Why do all the people who run the rail lines out of the UK? Why do they look like Bond henchmen?
What do you mean?
Like they were all just dressed up in like black suits with black undershirts and like nice shoes. Like
the train conductor.
no, not the people who actually work for the rail. Like the people on the train. Like it was the most bizarre thing I ever experienced. They all look like James Bond villains.
It's weird. Expect the unexpected when you come to the UK.
I do.
It is very strange.
I do. I went and I went and you're talking, you're like, hey, yeah, I'm from New York, aren't I hot, yada yada, and then I end up like hooking up with a girl from Texas, like not from the UK.
Oh my god, he's lying.
No,
he hooked up with his right. He hooked up with his right.
Oh my god. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, could have been your left hand. You call that the stranger.
I'm not.
I'm
not commenting on this.
You guys always this bad to him, or
No, yeah.
It's just his turn. Let's just put it that way.
You know who was super mean last night? Jason.
Was he?
Yeah, he was super mean last night.
Yeah. We have a whole crew, James, of guys that we all do turn out content. Actually, our story is very similar to yours, where we had a channel a couple years ago. We kind of did the Pedal to the Metal podcast a few years ago, and more or less catered to a particular forum, and then
it all fell apart.
Yeah, we kind of all slowed down with it, and now we're kind of getting back. We're looking at our paltry number of subscribers, and we're going, all right, let's see if we can build this thing up. So you're helping us spearhead the build up right now, so we really do appreciate it.
Oh, don't worry, man. I'll be giving you a shout out as well, so don't worry.
That's kind of you. Yeah, we're gonna do the same. Cool. So guys, let's start talking about closing this shop up. Does anyone have a final question for our guest? Because although I know we're gonna ask James to come back on with us at some point in the future,
what is your favorite UK food? Do you like bangers and mash?
Oh, no. It's nice. It is nice. Don't get me wrong. But British food, toad in the hole, man. You had toad in the hole?
No.
Tell us about it.
No, tell us about it.
Do you know what Yorkshire puddings are?
Yeah, I know Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah. It's like a fucking huge one of them with like a Sunday dinner, and in the middle of it, like So you got like mashed potato, beef, carrots, everything, all in this huge Yorkshire pudding. It's great.
That sounds like a mincemeat pie here.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, search it on Google, man. It will change your life. It's great. Great.
What is the best UK beer?
I drink a beer called it's an ale. Doombar. You ever heard?
I like Doombar.
Oh, nice, man.
I love that. I can't drink beer anymore. I'm a robot, so I can't drink. I have a metal stomach. I can't drink
metal legs.
Yeah, I have metal legs too. I can't drink beer anymore. But Dunbar is fucking awesome. I love that beer.
It's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Nice.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I like Shirley Temples and watches on the beaches.
I like cheese biscuits at
Red Lobster.
Yeah. So, anyways, so yeah, man, we want to just take a moment, say thank you to you for being on the show. I'd like to give you an opportunity to do a little bit of a plug in your words to our subscribers and the people that listen to our show. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds, a minute, whatever you need.
Well, we have 13.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, we have 10 minutes left. I don't know why you're closing up yet. You're like, I gotta get out of here. What?
No, I actually was looking at the time. We were coming up on an hour.
No.
Like, we must be done.
Well, you have to remember that we also get on the call, and we always spend, James, we're like, okay, we're gonna start the podcast at 9 o'clock tonight. We always end up starting at like 9:37.
So it's the same, yeah. It's always the same, isn't it?
Well, anyways,
it's like that with me and my brother when we do our one.
Yeah, you guys do a podcast, right?
Yeah, it's called Insertion. It's Shenmue related. That's one of the series we have on the show. Another series that we have on the show is More Games. That's basically where I just show you the shit that I bought. And then just various, discussion type videos like the must-have games. We're going to start doing retrospectives for consoles and, whole series reviews and stuff like that. So, yeah, check it out. YouTube.com/ThatVideoGames Show, all one word. On Twitter @ThatVG Show. And I just want to thank you guys for letting me come on, man. It's been great. It's really been great.
We love European people. You guys are so dreamy. You guys just.
It's my voice.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So soothing.
No, we do really appreciate you being on. And hopefully we can collaborate on something again in the future. And,
yeah.
We definitely wish you guys over at That Video Game Show the very best. And thanks again.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. Oh, see, the 10-minute alert just came up. So let's just rap now. Let's just rap about life. Um, I, I don't know. I played Emily Wants to Play last night.
You did.
Holy fuck, Jeff!
What
What's
is that?
It's a Steam indie horror game. We're going to be releasing the videos in line with your podcast as well, James. That game, I played some scary games. Like, did you play PT, James?
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man.
PT,
Hell yeah.
it's like a P, like all these early or
I know what
access.
you're on about. Yeah,
What?
I've seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it rings a bell. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're on. It's like kind of like a rebuild of PT.
Un-
It's like inspired by PT.
Yeah,
I think I know what you're on about.
that's not
Kind of the same style.
That's more Layers of Fear. Layers of Fear is like that, and it's like a Steam indie horror game. But Emily Wants to Play is like one of those new wave of horror games where everyone's making these $5 to $15 horror games where you walk through basically a haunted house. And Emily Wants to Play. I screamed like a little girl last night. I screamed. I'll link you guys to the pre-edited video, but that's gonna come out sometime next week. But holy fuck, that game scared the ever living shit out of me. I don't want to talk about it.
Now, how long those 15 to 20? They're about, what are they, like an hour long?
Like an hour,
investment?
hour and a half for like 15, 20
worth
bucks.
the money? Worth the money?
I mean, for us doing our videos, yeah, because we need to make videos.
Yeah.
So no,
Probably actually perfect videos for people like us to make too, because when you think about it, there's a lot of people who want to know what those games are about, but don't want to spend
the
$15,
$15
$20
or don't
for
have the
1
PC
hour
capable to play them.
Right, something like that. So
yeah, that game was really scary. I mean, I like the new wave of PC gaming. Like, I'm really getting into it now that we've started, like, after everything fell apart in a horrible hellfire blaze of glory, that we're coming back. I get it now, and I get all that early access and all those indie games. They're, like, really awesome. James, you play games on the PC much, or just consoles?
I have a Macintosh.
Oh, sweet Jesus!
like the original
Oh my
Macintosh.
God.
The original.
I've got a gaming PC, but I use it for a MAME, so it's not very powerful. It's just for emulation and stuff like that. Really,
It's not bad. How easy is it to I think about emulators a lot, and Jeff's getting interested in them. Like, how easy is it to run like things like Dreamcast? We all know it's easy to run the PS2.
well, on the I think it's like a desktop PC, but it's got a mobile graphics chip in it, and I think it's 1 gig of video, something like that.
Jesus!
But yeah, it seems it runs well on there. I mean, Shenmue runs quite nicely on there. But when it comes to like making videos, like say if you wanted to record footage, you'd have no luck. So I'd say you need quite a decent PC if you're looking to emulate, like, from Dreamcast up,
Okay.
you've got the GameCube, etc., and stuff like that.
Yeah, sweet. Did you play Carrier?
Carrier?
You remember Carrier?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of
You've
that.
never heard of Carrier on the Dreamcast?
No,
I
don't think I.
It's a Resident Evil style game where you switch in between two characters and you're left on a carrier.
No, I've never heard of
Yeah,
it.
check.
Like an aircraft?
Yeah, I'll send you. I think, or a ship carrier, I guess. Hold on, I'll put the link in.
Yeah, sweet. Man.
It was
Yeah,
it was on the Dreamcast. I was like you gotta play this game. To my friend, he goes like, this game's kind of like questionable. He's like, it's a not good Resident Evil knockoff, but it was still fun. So listen to this. The background to Carrier involves some reading into the current events of the game. Blah blah blah. Organizations, the Illuminati. Following the year 2008, the world faced an economical decline as natural resources. Blah blah blah. It looks like they put everyone on a boat.
Yo.
Sounds like a bad Stephen King novel.
And then everyone became zombies. And here's the tagline on the box: if you can hear it, you're already dead.
Oh, yikes!
So do you go to any conventions or stuff like that?
No, man, there's shit all over here in Wales, man. There is no conventions whatsoever. Nothing at all, no. Nothing.
Okay, great,
When you
great.
get big and famous, when you get big and famous, James, then you come over to our side. You can come to us to New York Comic Con. That's a blast.
You can
I'll
sleep
hold
in
you for
the
that.
you can sleep in the race car bed.
Be careful what you wish for.
No.
They
make me sound. You guys make me sound so like molestery. It's
Yeah,
not
you're
even.
like a pederast.
It's
You're like a pederast.
It's not even funny anymore. You guys make me sound so bad. And one day, the FBI or the CIA or somebody is going to come
God,
knocking on my door.
recording when that happens.
They're going to be like, "Sir, you have to come with us. We've heard that you like men sleeping in a bed. Like, what are you doing? It's. I hate you all."
Yeah, it's okay, John. It's okay. Sweet. So, James, I think we're down to what, 2 minutes?
4, but we should start
4
wrapping
minutes.
up anyways.
Yeah. My last question, I just thought of it. I have to ask, and I have a feeling I might know what he's going to say. But, James, what is the single greatest video game in history?
Oh man,
Jeff, you had to do this at the 4-minute mark.
No, I'm doing this to him.
oh shit, man. Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, it had to be done. It had to be done.
All right. I love it.
How about yourself?
Oh God.
Mass Effect 2.
No. I like Mass Effect 1 better than Mass Effect 2. My favorite video game of all time is probably Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Oh,
nice. Good choice. Nice.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. It's hard for me to playing that game in 2016 is no different than playing that game in 1992. It's still great. Runner up would be probably Knights of the Old Republic. I really enjoyed that game.
Oh yes, that's a classic.
I think we're gonna do that next. Actually, Jason's been
KOTOR?
Yeah, Jason's been kind of itching to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, very cool.
Well, but knowing Jason, it's gonna be all slapping people and murdering them, and it's
make Jason sit out. Oh, you can't do that in Knights of the Old
you
Republic.
can't. You have to be a good Jedi.
Well, no, I mean it could be interesting to watch because there's a lot of people out there that are the good Jedi and would like to see what it would be like to go around and bitch slapping everybody.
That's it. We did a video last night of we're not going to release it, so I don't know why I'm talking about it. We did Beyond Two Souls a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to re-record it because Jason was so evil. I think
he broke the game.
Like,
it's like in Fable when you're so nasty in Fable you can't even go into any towns anymore.
It's like within the first 5 minutes, I don't think you can murder anyone in the game, but I think he found a way to do it.
Okay, that sounds like Jason.
Yeah.
John, what's the greatest game of all time? Since James and I sat in the hot seat.
Watching your mom at the dance club. I don't know.
Oops, I shit my pants.
Oops, I shit my pants. No, the greatest game of all time, to me. Honestly, the one I always go back to is probably Chrono Cross.
Wow. Okay.
That's the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
That's like the only RPG that always just throws my mind in a dither, and I never stop thinking about it.
Yeah. All right, Hyle. What Naughty Dog game are you going to tell us, Hyle?
No, I'm not gonna.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with GTA San Andreas.
Okay.
There's a Kiss song in it, man.
Yeah, it
Come
does.
on, remember when you get in that plane and the fucking all of a sudden Strutter comes on? It's like, oh my god! Plus minigun plus jet backpack equals gang domination.
All right, fair enough. Well, let's wrap it up one more time. James, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for taking the time out of your day to meet with a
Cheerio.
bunch of lowlifes.
Right. He's going to invite us on his podcast. He's going to make fun of our stupid American accents in Ohio. But anyways, thanks, man. We really appreciate it. For John and for Hyle, I'm Jeff. I want to say thank you, guys. Remember that Pedal to the Metal is by gamers for gamers. Check out Point Insertion. Hit subscribe. We love to make new friends, and we're very active on the YouTube account right now. We're still working on getting Pedal to the Metal back up onto iTunes. We still got the website out, pointinsertion.com. Go ahead. 5 seconds.
50 seconds.
50 seconds.
Keep
You know
plugging.
what? That's
here. Let me go.
It. Go ahead, John. Take it over.
We want to say thanks to James again. James, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Leave any comments. Even if you hate us or don't like our content, we got one comment that said, "Who are you people?" But like and subscribe. Or dislike if you want, and thanks for watching, everyone. Go to
and check out that video game show.
Yeah, check out that video game show. All right, night, everyone, or good day, or whatever. Bye.
Later.